Well, we need to get back to this sub that hasn't been seen or heard from since it began its descent to the bottom of the ocean. This was Sunday morning when it lost contact. It lost contact with the support ship about an hour, 45 minutes after going underwater. The sub reportedly has less than 24 hours worth of air left. I believe it's just about a little over 20 hours there, according to our clock on the right-hand side of your screen. We're joined once again by Rick Murcar, owner of Aquatic Adventures of Florida, for some insight. Rick, thanks for hopping back on with us. Canadian searchers overnight said they detected those underwater noises, that banging sound about every half hour. But the U.S. Coast Guard has yet to find anything this morning. We obviously don't want to give false hope to people, and especially, my gosh, those families. But do you see this as a sign of life?
We hope so. Sound travels faster underwater, so the problem with that is determine the specific origin as to where that sound came from, and that's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to isolate and triangulate however they wish to do it to locate the submersible. It's still in phase one. They're still trying to locate it, and until they get visual eyes on the submersible, that they can't move into phase two to determine the status of the vessel and the occupants.
And I wanted to get your take on this, too, because we've been counting down, as I just mentioned, the amount of available air that this crew has left to breathe, just about 20 hours left. When you hear that this sub had a gaming controller as a steering wheel, no bathroom, no seats for these 5 men, does this crew have any idea what they have left in terms of oxygen, do you think?
Well, first of all, they actually do have a means of going to the bathroom. It's kind of akin to doing your business in a Ziploc bag, if you will, and putting a little curtain across the cabin.
But it's not a real toilet. They're going to the bathroom in baggies. Yeah.
No, it's not. But I mean, you have to do with what you have available. The air supply is obviously the major concern. You're fighting the clock on this one. And why we're saying, based on the 96-hour assessment on the technology of the scrubbers, whatnot, that you have 24 hours or just less than that available, we have to factor in that the inner cabin is at 1 atmosphere of pressure. So basically that means if they were breathing 1 liter of air per minute times 5 because of the 5 people, at 1 atmosphere, it can last a lot longer. If they have any compromise on the hull of this, which would increase that internal pressure, then proportionally that consumption rate is going to go up. Add to it their anxiety that will increase their breathing and more work to be done by the scrubbers. So we're banking on 20 hours, but in fact, they could actually have less.
Yeah, it's scary once you start crunching the numbers and doing the math. A UK-based remote operated vehicle called the Magellan may be deployed as soon as today. That can travel down as much as 6,000 meters. I mean, what information could that piece of equipment gather that above water searches cannot?
Well, we're getting into ROVs at this point in time. So still part of phase one location. If they can make a visual observation of the vessel, then they can determine the status, the capabilities of that particular device. What is its limitations? Is it able to move any obstructions that may be blocking the submersible? Allow it to, say, drop its weight load so it can float to the surface. I don't think it's going to have the capability to extract it should they be under debris or possibly even inside the Titanic. But at least it would be an additional element of hope. Each step that they get closer to seeing the submersible, once they locate it, once they can determine the status of the vessel and the occupants, then they have a better assessment as to what they can actually do as far as the recovery and the rescue.
And I know more vessels are showing up by the hour, by the day to help out with this as the world is watching. And I keep saying we have a collective panic for this group of people. Praying for the best, praying for a miracle. Rick Murcar, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.